Hi everybody, let's talk about habits and how I am trying to start better habits and everything like that. So a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago or something like that, I was just scrolling through Facebook and I saw an ad and it was about a body weight journal, and I was like, oh, let me do some research on this. And I actually was intrigued enough to where I bought the journal along with some of the other journals that they had in there. So I have them all sitting right here, and I mean, it wasn't just like a little purchase, it was a big purchase. So all of these range between $20 and $40 on Amazon. You can buy them directly from their website as well. They also have an app that you can do a annual subscription to, monthly annual subscription to, that has pretty much everything in these books as well. And you can do everything from your phone and you don't have to carry the books with you. But I am one that is a tangible person that likes, I don't do well with apps. I don't keep up with them. I don't do well with them. I don't know if that's just the Gen X part of me. I don't know. That still wants to have the tangible thing in my hand, and Jack is joining me right now. So I'm going to run through the books that I did purchase and get him up higher. Stay. You're close to me. Okay. The one that piqued, let's start with the one that piqued my interest in this. So the company is called Habit Nest, and these creators they wanted to start the company with an app-based format, but they realized that they had a lot of people like me that wanted tangible things where we can actually like check things off of our list. And so they made these books, and these books are really well made. I mean, it's a hardbound book. It's not leather, but it's, you know, well made. There is on the back cover a little thing right here that you can, you know, close up your book and everything. They have a little marker, ribbon marker, where you can mark where your pages are. And in this is the body weight home workout journal. They also have one for like the gym people that go to the gym. They have dumbbells. They have one to work on your butt. You know, yoga. I have the yoga one over here. But this one was what piqued my interest, because I don't know what type of strength building exercises to do, and this kind of helps lay it out on what I'm going to focus per day, per workout, I guess you could say. So all of them have basically like the key factors, like this one, it's the key factors of training success, and it goes into how the journal works and all of this type of stuff. How to optimize every aspect of your nutrition, so setting nutrition goals and all of this. They also have a nutrition book, which I did not get because, you know, you can't throw all these habits all at one time. You have to slowly work on building one habit at a time. So I'm doing a couple of them, and let's just say yesterday and today I've already fallen off the bandwagon, and it's the 4th and 5th day of the month and 4th and 5th day of doing these. So but they also have in here like how to get started and all of this, and it gives you like prompts on what to tell yourself when you forget a day. Like me, it's like, okay, what is causing me to not want to do the exercises or the habit, or what caused me is it just that fatigue, which that's what mine the past 2 days have been. It's just I've been having to go into the office several days this week, and I'm just tired, like physically, mentally tired, that I just don't want to do the things. So for the first 3 days of the month, when I did go into the office, I was very good about doing all of my habits that I wanted to do, and we'll go into that later. But this allows me to like do that gives you the prompts. It's like, why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? And like really focuses on why you want to do this habit, and what will make your life better, what will make it worse if you don't do it, what will it stay the same, will it be worse, how does it affect people around you, all of this type of stuff. And then it goes into this one goes into the actual workouts, and it has let me go to the sample page. Do they have a sample page? I thought they did. sample workout page. So they have the exercises in drawing format, and then next to it, it has set 1 reps and a spot where you can put how many reps you did and your goal, and it has a goal 10 to 20. And then you go through. Set 4 is an optional guide. It also has links for each day where you can find the goal. It has, did you do your cardio? And you can put down at the bottom saying you did 20 minutes of whatever it is. Supersets if you've done any, and that's where it's like basically if you do go from the doorway curl to the towel curl to the without resting. So those superset type stuff. And then the today's workout intensity. So how hard did you actually work? So from 1 to 10, you base it on that. So I, like I said, have done at least the first 2 days because I'm alternating where it's the body weight challenge and then yoga. So alternating days. And I need to do yoga today because I didn't do it yesterday. And I'm currently on workout 3, so this will be tomorrow morning before I go and work elections. So I try to fit it in a little bit. I want to do like the body weight stuff in the morning because you really shouldn't work out towards the later part of the day if you go to sleep if you are an actual night sleeper and everything. But in the back, it actually gives you like the written explanation of what you're supposed to do with the exercises. So I found this very interesting, and it is 66 workouts, I believe. 65? Yeah, 65 workouts. And I just like this because this actually does tell me what exercises I need to do. Moving on into the yoga one. This is what I mentioned. It's also a nice bound book as well. It has in the back, it has a pin loop in there, but it also has one of the elastic bands as well. And it also has the ribbon marker as well. And it does the same thing. It goes into understanding the why, the who, the what, the how, and getting started, and then the different exercises, the different phases, the workouts and everything. So this actually like explained what is yoga, and what we think of as yoga as like the practice of doing these moves. That is one form of yoga, but there are eight different legs or something like that of yoga. So I found that fascinating because I do like yoga. I'm one of those that I prefer doing workouts inside. I don't really like getting outside, partly because I live in a very humid, muggy climate, and you just feel nasty after you get outside and do a lot of work. But yoga, when I did it, I was more flexible and I had a lot more strength than I thought I did, because now when I'm trying to do the downward dog and my arms are not wanting to hold but it does the same thing where it does if you get off the habit for one day, what do you tell yourself to get back on the habit the next day? Try to see why it's happening, all of that type of stuff. So it does the same thing, and it's just like the workout one where it also has the different exercises right here, but it also has a QWERTY right up here where you can actually go to a electronic version of this printout right here. So they don't really give much in the back of this. It doesn't give you like how to do some of these poses, because you're looking at them and you're like, I mean, it gives a little explanation at the bottom, but it doesn't really tell you, like, some of them are confusing. It's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? So, but I did do the first day, segment 1, 2, and 3, which segment 1 is a warm-up, segment 2 is the flow, and segment 3 is the cool down. I need to do day 2, but let's just say that after day 1, my abs hurt. So, and I didn't do very much of it. It was more like a sun salutation, and the flow part was more of the sun salutation. And I only did one side, like one flow on the left side and one flow on the right side. And just doing that because that's all I had time for in the morning, was to do that amount and everything. I do plan to also work on like walking. I have a treadmill, but again, I'm not feeling it yesterday and today. I'm exhausted and I don't know why. So the next ones that I've been trying to do are morning and afternoon, evening, bedtime routine type stuff. And they actually have a morning and a PM routine journal. And I have been doing fairly good on these. I only skipped one day yesterday, and I'm gonna get back on doing this today. So it's basically, you have, forget how many days are in here, 66 days. And then you can pick up, the morning routine has 4 volumes that you can do that I think are for the entire year. So I think, I could be wrong. But this goes into, yet again, understanding your why. So why are you wanting to do this? Why, excuse me, why are you wanting to do this? Why do you think if you don't do this, how do you think it will affect you? How will it affect people around you with doing this and all of this type of stuff? And then it has the like different phases of building a new habit. Days 1 through 7 are hell week. 8 through 21 is staying consistent. Days 22 through 66 are hardwiring, retaining interest in your personal improvement. So I like the fact that they did change these for the different books based on the type of book it is. So it was very interesting on how a lot of this stuff was similar, but a lot of it was changed just slightly, so that way it was geared more towards like rewiring your brain for the morning, for the PM, for money, for all of this type of stuff. And then it also has like every day you have a daily challenge. You have so the night before, you'll pull the morning routine book out, and you'll say, tonight I will sleep at this time, and tomorrow I will wake up at this time. Then they ask a question, and for this day, it's, what is one thing I did today that will have a chain effect of spreading positivity? So it has things that, you know, you kind of have to think about it, but it's like one line that you have to write, and then you write down your morning ritual for the next day. So in this case, for me, it's going to be exercise. This is for this morning. I still need to do some of these. So exercise, I haven't done it. I need to go and clean the litter boxes. I have brushed my teeth, but I have not washed my face. So that's a combo. So I haven't checked that off. I got dressed, which is a good thing. And then I have not eaten breakfast. I've had coffee for breakfast. So, but then at the bottom, it says for tonight, last night, or no, this is saying last night I went to bed at this time. So in my case, I could not go to sleep. I went to bed at midnight last night, and I woke up at 6. And then this asks the next morning, my most important task for today is, and in my case, habits are my most important task for today. If I were living as the absolute best version, and this is another like thought-provoking question that they ask, it changes every single day. If I were living as the absolute best version of myself, what can I change about my actions today to be more productive? I seriously am just in this like, I don't want to do crap today. I have to work. I'm taking a break from work because I left and there were no emails. So it was, I've answered all the emails, and I'm like, okay, I need to take a break. I need to walk away from my computer for a little bit, and I want to share this guy with you guys as well. So, but I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking at the emails, and I'm like, I just don't want to do these. I didn't want to film this. I don't want to edit my cleaning video. It's like, I'm just in this like humph day. I don't want to be active. I'd rather just sit in front of the TV and not have, not even have to think at all. We all have those days. I'm trying to power through by, using my habits and everything. So, and I'm trying to do it. I put some essential oils on in my office, and it's the like mental focus, and it's kind of helped a little bit. I also have another cup of coffee down here. So the last questions, and they've been asking this for the past couple days, but it's the top 2 distractions to minimize tonight before bed. And in my case, working and TV. So last night I was editing my budget check-in video that was posted this morning. And then of course I was watching TV. So how can I minimize that stuff? So I have been liking this because it does give me, like, I'm trying to pinpoint my AM routine. I did not put make my bed because I've actually been very good for like the past, really since I've redone my bedroom and the new bedding and everything, I have been making my bed every single day. It may be that I don't make it until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I've made my bed. So when I come in here at night, it's made, it looks nice. And you know, luckily on some of those days, because I'm not working in my office and this is in a different room and I really don't come in here until the end of the day, really, I am not, if it's not a made bed, like an unmade bed, I am not drawn to get into the bed. I'm more drawn to lay on the couch and watch TV there than in here. And it might be because my TV up here is not the best TV, but that's one other thing that they say and some of these is to remove distractions from your rooms, and the TV would be one that people say remove from your room, but I can't do that. I can't, honestly, because there are some nights where I can't go to bed and I have to put something on, and case in point, this past Monday, I could not go to bed and I took an ibuprofen because I was still hurting from doing cleaning and yard work and everything on Sunday. So I took some ibuprofen, and then I put on the first Harry Potter movie. And usually when I put that movie on, within 15 minutes, I'm passed out. Most of the time, it's usually like the first, not even 5 minutes. It's when Dumbledore is doing the light thing to remove the lights before they put Harry Potter down on Privet Drive, I'm out. It's like I remember him doing that and then I don't remember anything else. It's almost like he's putting the light out to me on some of those, but I did watch a little bit more than that, but I didn't get past the like I saw a little bit of when he woke up and Dudley was jumping on the staircase, but I don't remember much after that. So it just took the ibuprofen and putting that TV. So that's a distraction I really can't get rid of, but I can at least limit what I am watching before going to bed. Okay, talking about the PM routine book. And this does the same thing. It's like, what's your why? Why are you doing this? What happens if you don't do it? How will it affect people around you? And it gives you all this information about sleep and how to, especially for like shift workers, because like nurses, firemen, police officers, and they work on different shifts, how sleep is so important and why they are so deprived of sleep because they just can't get on a schedule. So it kind of, I didn't read that section really because I am not a shift worker. So, but it does have a section in here on how shift workers would benefit from having these type of routines. And it specifically talked about, I believe, shift workers in the PM routine. I'm not quite sure about in the morning routine. But in this one, they have daily challenges, food for thoughts, I'm trying to think, favorite resources on things and everything. And so you can read, like this one has the daily challenge. And for tonight, my target is to get 8 hours of sleep. I don't think I'm gonna get that because I have to work elections tomorrow morning. So I have to get up at 4, especially if I'm gonna work out tomorrow. So, but then strict lights out time for tonight, 9 p.m. I don't know if that's gonna happen because I have to go and set up for elections at nighttime. So I'm just saying these are goals. Will it happen? I'm not sure. Ways to improve your sleep tonight. You can make the room cold below 68 degrees. I'm not gonna do that because that's my house. My AC would continue to run and I know. I can't do that. I may bump it down a degree or two down. So it currently is at 75. So I may bump it down to 74 or 73, let it run for a couple hours. And usually by then I'm asleep, and then it will go back up to 75. I have blackout curtains. So that's one, blackout light sources. So that's one of them. Reduce blue light before bed. It's difficult for me. Consistent sleep time. I'm trying to get back into the lights out by like 10, like truly, you know, everything is turned off by 10 o'clock. Getting into bed by 9, watching one show, and everything turns off by 10 o'clock. Trying. And no caffeine after 2 p.m. I am trying to do better at that, although last night, because I was editing a video or two, I needed a little bit more caffeine just to get through the, it's not like editing is bad, it's just I'm in that mood where it's like, oh, I don't want to do anything, so it just helps me get in the mood. No huge nighttime meal. I did not have one of those last night, but I ended up having to, because I didn't go to bed till midnight, I had to go get some cheese and applesauce, and because I was hungry, and I can't go to sleep when I'm hungry. And then phone out of reach of the bed. Mine is, I mean, technically it's in reach of the bed, but I have to struggle to get to it. So it usually wakes me up when I have to struggle to get to it. And then you set up your evening routine for tonight. You have 5 things that you can do. So in mine, it's dishes and prepare for the election tomorrow. And then a question that they ask you, just a random question, and it's not the same every single day, but in this one, what's something on the back of my mind that's stressing me out, and what can I do to address it tomorrow? And then they give you an optional sleep exercise. So it's like, lay down with your eyes closed and start taking deep breaths. Do this for like 5 minutes to help relax you. I have not done those yet. I probably should. It might help. And this is for 66 days. Yes. So total of 66 days. There is not a second or third volume of this. It's just this one. So it might be one of these where you just buy another one and restart once you're done. Those 4 books, the body weight journal, the yoga journal, the AM and the PM routine, are the 4 that I am currently focusing on myself. I do plan to focus on the other books that are sitting right here, but that will be later on once these have actually become habits. So in the next month or 2, after the 60 days or something like that on all of these, I will try to focus on these. So the next one is their daily planner, the Habit Nest daily planner. And this is an interesting take, and I kind of like it. So I just don't know if how I'm gonna like it. You know, it's like, it's an interesting thing. I'm gonna try it, just not right now. So I believe this is for 6 months, something like that. But in the front, they have a blank monthly calendar and then a 31-day habit tracker. That's the circle chart thing here. And you can list out all the habits that you want to track for the month. And they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. And then it goes right into the daily planner. So there's not much in the front of this. It just like tips for organizing your planner, your life with your planner, how this planner works. So you have the optional morning self-care, must-dos, 5-minute task, daily planning, evening reflection, and the checkoff system. So on the page, like it says, morning self-care, and this is optional, and you can choose one or both of these. So helping my body, take deep breaths for 1 minute and feel a sense of calm come over you. Number 2, helping my heart and mind. Say this affirmation 3 times today. I will be the best version of myself. Then the next section is planning out my day, and you have 2 boxes at the top. Today's top priorities, 3 of them, and 3 5-minute tasks to finish within today. So 5-minute task would be something that takes 5 minutes, like making my bed. Although I wouldn't need to do that because I already do that. Scooping the litter box. Trying to get into the habit of doing that every day rather than every second day or third day that I've been doing, because 3 cats, it gets quite nasty after a day. And then the next section below it, it's the today's tasks. So this is where you can actually like list down everything that you need to do. And I believe that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slots. And then the time. So the time, it's like where you can basically say, where you can write the tasks down chronologically, plan a time frame, and record the status of those tasks at the end of the day. So you can like put, say, 8 a.m. doctor's appointment, 10 p.m. meeting, or you can, what I was thinking is like, okay, I need to edit a video. I'm going to give myself 2 hours to edit a video, that type of time frame. And then the status, there's a little bubble where you put a check for done, a arrow to the right if you're going to defer that task to the next day. So it's almost like the bullet journal process. And then if you want to delete that because it's not needed anymore, it would be an X. And then the very bottom section is the evening thinking question, which is optional. And they have 2 little spots down here where you would put your thumb prints, and it does say, put your thumbs on the sides and remove all distraction. Close your eyes and really think deeply about this. And the question is, what am I proud of myself for doing today? And the question changes every single day. So it gives you some thought-provoking things. And as you're thinking about it, if you're doing the gratitude journal or any of that type of stuff, that's something that you could add into a like written journal type stuff. So I do think I will try to do this at some point. And at the very end, I'm trying to get, so it's how many days? 183 days of journaling, and then you get to the end and it's just goes in, it's the end. So you could buy a whole nother one to do the whole process over again. So like I said, I like this idea. So mix it with my weekly planner and then have this to where it's like actual daily tasks that I want to do, and get rid of that section in my weekly planner where I can just put meetings and video postings and all of that type of stuff. The next journal that I have are the budgeting sidekick journals and the budgeting mastery journal. So you first want to start off with the budgeting sidekick one because it goes into all of this detail about setting up budgets and how do you actually use their journal and everything. Why do you want to do this and all of this? And I find it interesting on this. I believe this is only for 5 months. And it gets you into the habit of actually tracking your daily expense, like everything that you've done in the day. The one aspect that I really liked that I have never seen before is once you've deleted, you have your income and you've subtracted your bills, your necessities, and then the other expenses like groceries, fuel, auto, that type of stuff. Then you have this extra remaining amount that you divide by however many days there are in the month, and that is your daily allotted amount to use for some other stuff. So I've never used that process before. So it's like if you overspend on one day, you cannot spend on another day, which is kind of what I've already been doing, but I haven't like set a daily note saying I can only spend $10 a day on miscellaneous things, because then that like really puts it into perspective when you go to buy stuff. It's like, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. That type of stuff. So once you get through the budgeting sidekick journal, then you can move into the budgeting mastery journal. And really and truly, this is 12 months of just the monthly setup and then the daily tracking. So this has none of the initial information. So if you are a first-time budgeter on trying to set everything up, I would get the budgeting sidekick one, and then once you've used the 5 months that are in here, switch to this one. And I'm still debating on if I'm going to use these for anything. I kind of like the way doing the daily tracking, but I kind of do that already, but I wait until a week later to do my tracking. So I don't know. I don't know what's the best. I probably should do daily tracking, but that's a lot of work. And when I'm trying to shoot videos, it's a lot of work. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use the budgeting ones. I don't know. I've already written in the budgeting sidekick one. I've already written in it, so I can't gift it to anybody. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try at some point. I just don't know when that's going to be. The last one, and this is the Home Organization Journal, Sidekick Journal series, and this is volume 1. I haven't seen a volume 2, but it's Tidy Your Home, Tidy Your Life, and it goes into all the whys. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to work on decluttering your house and getting a system set up on doing all of this type of stuff? The who, the how, the what to expect, and all of this type of stuff. So it breaks it down by areas of your house. So living room, kitchen, bedrooms, clothing and accessories, bathrooms, miscellaneous and doors, the garage, everything outdoors, and then the finish. So with each section, so let's take the living room. You have a overview of the living room. It's kind of like explaining the living room is the room that everybody goes to, da 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 da. Why is it important? You set your intentions on why you want to clean the room, what all of this type of stuff. Then you first start with categories. So the first category is furniture, and you look at the furniture and it's like, how much furniture is in the room? Do you want to get rid of any of the furniture? Is any of it broken? Is any of it this, you know, listing all of that. And then that gives you ways to, ideas on where to begin to discard some of the stuff. And by discard, it's not just throwing stuff out to the trash. It's donating, it's moving it to another room. It's, you know, all of this type of stuff. Then the next part is to organize. So then it's, you know, trying to arrange your furniture in the room, the mindset that you wanted to do, and then any additional notes that you want to add in for later. It's like you can place any final notes here about the furniture category of your living room. For example, ideas for the future, furniture you may want to buy or replace, things to discard in the future, etc. Then it goes into the next category, which is decor and sentimental items, and it does the same thing. It's like your task is to discard, to organize, and then you have the mindset and then the additional notes section. Next category are electronics and accessories, the same thing, what to discard, how to organize, your mindset. And that mindset is like, what is a healthy mess? Next category, bookshelves, same thing, discard, organize, mindset, shifting your mindset to keep your bookshelves clutter-free. Additional notes, all of that. Then category 5, games, discard, organize, mindset. Then maintenance, and it's setting up your task. First task is a plan on how you're going to do the maintenance, and then you have a extra living room maintenance, and then you have bonus challenges where at the very end of the phase where you set up a daily routine, a weekly routine, and a monthly routine on the maintenance side of it. So and it goes through that for every single section in here, and I really like this. It kind of, I wish I had this when I was setting up my zone cleaning schedule, because it's kind of what I'm already doing with my zone cleaning schedule. And as I'm going through the rooms and doing the refreshes and everything, I am decluttering, I'm rearranging, I am making notes on what things I want to replace, and you know, and usually I'm replacing them at that point. And if I don't have the funds to replace them, I'm making a note on what needs to replace. When I do my zone cleaning, I have my house broken up into zones like this, where each room is its own zone pretty much. So it's like the kitchen, it's its own zone. Every quarter I am deep cleaning the kitchen, and I have different tasks. So it's like through the years that I've done this, I've decided that with the kitchen, I'm not going to empty out all the cabinets all on this every single quarter. I'm just going to focus on the top cabinets on this side of the kitchen for the first quarter, the bottom cabinets on this side of the kitchen for the second quarter, top on the third quarter, the other side of the kitchen, and bottom on the other side of the kitchen for the fourth quarter. And that way I'm able to get in there and discard things that I need to get, that I'm not using anymore. I am able to clean the cabinets as well. And you know, so I already kind of have maintenance schedule kind of going through in my mind as I've done this, but this would have been really, really helpful in 2020, I think, when I started doing my zone cleanings. And it goes in here at the very end that as you're going through the maintenance, you may see that you don't need to do things every month, every quarter, every year, you know, all of it just depends on your own household. And I have really recognized that with my own house, where it's like, okay, I don't need to wipe down the walls every single quarter. I try to, but I don't need to. I don't need to clean the fans every quarter, although I should, but I don't. I don't need to carpet clean the carpets, even though I'm ripping up the carpets. I don't need to carpet clean the carpets all the time every quarter, because yet again, I really should because of the cats and throwing up and everything. But I'm also in that mindset where I'm going to eventually be ripping up the carpets. So it's like, why am I cleaning the carpets? But I'm at that point where the carpets are musty smelling, so I'm cleaning the carpets. But so I've really enjoyed all of these books so far, and I am doing the app on the body weight yoga AM and PM routine. And that's mainly because when I go on my cruise in June, I don't want to carry all 4 of these books. So the fact that the app has everything in these books as well, but with the app, if you're doing them with the books as well, you need to actually do them with the book. So it's like when you write the stuff in the journals, you need to do the app the same day because it times. So it's like I started doing the app yesterday, and once I filled in day 1 of my body weight workout, I had to wait 18 hours until the next day to where I could go to day 2 of my thing. So it's kind of like I'm trying to play catch up. So that might be another reason why I'm in the funk and not wanting to do anything, because I'm trying to play catch up with all of this. So but yeah, so if you do the app and these, you need to do them at the same time, basically, or the same day that you're filling them out, and because you'll have to wait until the next day. But with the exercises, it does give you day 2 on yoga. Let's get started. And it goes through the whole, like, this one, breath connection and control, the power of breakthrough. It has the same information that is on the one page, staying in sync, all of that type of stuff. And then choosing a time and place, props, gives you all the stuff that you might need. And then you can start your asanas. So and then it goes through and it has all the workouts once you get through. It's kind of like Noom, where you have to kind of answer questions and do all of this stuff. If anybody's used Noom, you kind of have to like read the daily prompt and all of that type of stuff. But it goes through all the exercises and like starts off like an overview of what you're gonna do. And then it has exactly, I don't know if you can see this thing, but it gives you the poses and basically the same instructions that are in the book, maybe a little bit more on some of the poses. So, but it is one that you do consistently. You need to do it consistently with the books if you're doing them at, you know, want to do them at the same time. So, I did find all of these books on Amazon. There's a whole bunch more out there that I plan on purchasing, like gratitude and all of this nutrition, all of that stuff later. I just wanted to grab a couple that piqued my interest right off the bat and that I knew I wanted to use. So, like I said, I really do enjoy these. This is not sponsored by them. These are ones that I've actually found, and you know, I'm willing. I've paid the subscription for a year to do this, and it's mainly just for my cruise in June. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if it gives you any ideas on some like ways to kind of track your habits, because I know I'm struggling with my habits. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I will be back next time with another video. Bye everybody.